Day 96. We are so close to 100. We can taste it. I don't even know if this is one of the situations where you actually want day 100 to get here, but nonetheless, it's a milestone that we are quickly approaching. Welcome back. Hitchhiker's Journey to Cancer. Listen, well, Hitchhiker's Guide to Cancer. I told you the beard would be trimmed up. It's actually come back a little bit, but you can see my upper lip. This is a big day. Fresh. I'm in New York City getting tattoo number 2, as I mentioned last time, tribute tattoo. So early on, I mentioned how I would be doing these tribute tattoos and having tattoos that were tribute to relationships that have impacted my life. And this one's number 2. So I'm not going to give it away, but you will see it in a couple hours. I'll be going to get the Tattoo Expo in New York City in Midtown. Really hyped about it. In a little over 3 hours, we'll be getting a tattoo. I have to be honest though, I'm getting a tattoo that's going to be right under my ribs, which is supposed to be rather painful. The first one I got was the heart right there. Wasn't that bad. I've never been so nervous or scared about something, maybe ever. I mean, I was not this nervous for my surgery. I was not this nervous for the first tattoo. And so I'm not sure why this has been so concerning to me, but we got to get through it. So fortunately, it shouldn't be that long, but it might be a little bit painful. I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes. And hopefully on the Monday video, you guys will be able to see that. What I've been thinking about a lot, given I mentioned, we're day 96, this concept of time constantly comes to my mind and I think about it. Allocation of time has been really something that not only has been a challenge, but something that I'm working on addressing and overcoming on a couple different fronts. So the chemo took me out. Only as of 3 days ago have I really bounced back. So it was essentially almost 4 weeks where chemo put me down and I was sleeping a ton, unexpected. As of the past few days, my energy feels good, feels like it's coming back. It is coming back. And so that's been something that I've been thinking about a lot as I go into the second round of chemo, thinking about allocation of time, because, you want to try to mitigate the effects as much as you can, but you also want to listen to your body. So that's been what I was thinking about. And a lot of it is when you lose energy, what can bring you energy? So this is round 2. I am thinking about future locations for my chemo. Obviously being around the sun, being around the beach, being around certain people that could bring you energy or bring you life, being around your friends, those things are all considerations. I'd be lying if I didn't think about it. And I actually mentioned the depression piece of it. You end up being taken down by this chemo and you sleep a ton and you're just tired, and it's easy for somebody to say, oh, you need to get outside and walk around and do all these things. It's hard to get up and do those things. And so what can you do to address that? Florida was good because in Florida, there was a couch by a pool, there's an outdoor couch by a pool. And so I could kind of be lazy. I hate to say the word lazy, but, be tired, be exhausted, be outside and be by the sun. So I need to think about that as I move forward in the future locations that I take my chemo in. And then when I am most exhausted during the chemo. So those are all the things I'm thinking about as well. Also allocation of time, work, client, stuff like that, but also still doing things from the journaling perspective, from the legacy perspective with videos, content. I don't want that to fall by the wayside as well. So all that stuff are things to be, they're things that I'm considering and that are on my mind, and that are quite frankly a bit of a surprise because, as I've said before, I thought this bounce back would be quicker. A lot of you I have not responded to. I've been getting a ton of messages, and that's another challenge or another fight for me is not beating myself up for not responding to everybody. And I know most people are understanding. Again, I see the texts, I see the calls. I appreciate it. Don't hesitate, to reach out, text me. If you don't hear from me, text me again in a day or two or whatever. That actually makes it easier for me because a lot of times I'll lose track of who I have to reach out to. Lastly, shirts should be in tomorrow. So expect to get an email next week on how to receive the shirt and how that's coming to you. But I'm really excited about that. That's probably the most exciting thing is the lit merchandise. I know the candles have been really well received, and the first batches of shirts have been really well received. So all that stuff has been really, really cool and exciting. But when I do these videos, a lot of it is about the lessons, and really it is the allocation of time that I think is the lesson for me or for anybody, is like really being cognizant of where you're spending your time. And I think I can do a much better job of where I spend my time, how I spend my time, and who I spend my time with. So that's day 96 for you guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.